Now look, I love a good joke. I mean, for fuck's sake, I own the Duke Nukem franchise. Fuck!
This is taking forever. Time to stop pissing around and get this big guy back into action.
Duke Nukem is a series of games developed by 3D Realms, but if you're old or just a nerd like me, you also know them as Apogee Software. The first two games are 2D side-scrolling shooters, with the third game being a first-person shooter built off the build engine. No pun intended. Now I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was a day one Duke fan. My love for the Duke is based off the Megadeth version of his main theme, and those ironic memes with him in it.
Fucking dick kick him.
Hell, I haven't even played a Duke game until like a month ago when I finally tried out the 20th anniversary re-release of Duke Nukem 3D. But man, let me tell you something. That's a really good fucking game right there.
Groovy.
But before I say anything else, please keep this in mind. This is my first time playing this game and my proper introduction to the series in general, so I was expecting the game to just be about guns, beer, and boobs. In which half of Duke Nukem is, but the other half is solid gameplay, level design, and all-around good exploration. Okay! So the first level, Hollywood Holocaust, starts you off on a rooftop with nothing but a pistol in your hand. You're mad at those alien bastards who
sucked my dick.
And you want to get even with them, but you're stuck on a roof with seemingly no way to escape. And let's just say for a second that you're ass at video games. Oh man, how the fuck do I leave? There's no doors or windows. I mean, I can shoot this box, but nothing happens. There's some barrels. Let me try blast it. Oh! Well, guess I found the exit. That entire roof part just suddenly showed you a key part of the game. That being, if you're lost, shoot barrels and you'll find another path. Okay, so we got that established. Jump down and now you get to explore around the full level. There's a giant cinema in front of you and you can go inside and look at some pixel boobs, or even watch the fucking OJ chase if you want. Hey look, it's those explosive barrels again. Let me shoot them and see what happens. Okay, it almost killed me, but at least it revealed a shortcut. Another lesson taught here is explosions reveal secrets. Some secrets reward you with early weapons like an RPG or shotgun, meanwhile some other areas give you health, ammo, or a shotgun to the face. The point of every level is to find the exit door, and while you're searching for it, you're gunning down hordes of aliens with some smooth ass movement. Duke 3D was made using the build engine, and that's basically the Doom engine with a different coat of paint, so moving and shooting feels exactly like Doom. In other words, it feels pretty fucking good to play, and it's not outdated. All of the weapons are equally strong and fun in their own regard. It's more of a right tool for the right job type of weapon rotation. Once you found the level exit, congratulations, you know how to play Duke Nukem. Within one level, you already know the structure of the game, and that boils down to shoot shit to find secrets, kill aliens, and save the babes. Rinse and repeat until the game's over. It even ends on a message that advertised the next game, which would be Duke Nukem Forever. Now if you ask me to describe the Duke Nukem franchise as a whole, I'd say Duke Nukem is a manly man. Women want him and guys want to be him. Every 2 hours he's crushing puss and his form of relaxation is killing aliens and popping steroids. Here it's all tongue-in-cheek, like they're self-aware about this concept and they know how to have fun. He's cheesy in the same way those Chuck Norris jokes were in the early days of the internet. Levels consist of blasting through hordes of aliens while looking at some pixel boobs. Some of these levels are hard, but they get easier as you're looking for secrets that'll usually reward you with stronger weapons early on in the level. So why didn't Randy Pitchford get that memo? Pause, because we need some exposition. See, Randy Pitchford was an employee at 3D Realms once. He helped out on making Duke Nukem 3D and even the first Shadow Warrior. Somewhere in the company's lifetime, a group of employees left and formed Rebel Boat Rockers in 1997. Sometime later, Randy joined them. Together, they worked on a game called Prax War. They wanted to get the game published by
EA. It's up your ass.
But because EA is such a good company and they never made any dumb decisions, ever, they canceled the game in January of 1999. With no money and no publisher, Randy said, fuck it, I'll make my own studio with blackjack
and hookers.
So Randy, the Boat Rockers, and leftover 3D Realms employees, they founded Gearbox the next month later in February of 1999. From there, they made some pretty good games like Brothers in Arms and My Beloved Battleborn, but none of those games shot Gearbox to stardom like Borderlands did. Everyone loves this game, even to this day, but it got outclassed and outmatched by the undefeated king of co-op shooters being Borderlands 2.
Come out, y'all. He dick riding. Look.
Now, I don't even gotta tell you why this shit's good.
I will pay you to kill yourself.
However, Borderlands 2 was a lightning in a bottle sort of situation, because they fumbled the bag hard with the third game. Really good gameplay, but I'm not playing shit if I gotta hear,
Nobody's laughing!
swear this game makes me want to swerve my car into the nearest orphanage. And I'm calling it now, Borderlands 4 is gonna be less cringe than 3, but still cringe nonetheless. Sorry, I got fucking hell, Borderlands 3. Okay, so anyways, the sequel to Duke 3D was already being worked on, but when Gearbox, Randy in this case, got their hands on the 3D Realms build, they scrapped it to work on the game again with an entirely different engine. That new build of the game was shown off in 2001, but it got delayed and cancelled so they can work on it again with another engine. This goes on for about 12 fucking years, with another 2 years to actually make the final product, and 14 years later the world was cursed with Duke Nukem Forever.
Thanks to the aliens, I'll never get that moment back. You fucking amateur. We're done. We're done professionally, man. You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. But you don't get it. Fuck!
Oh, thanks, Duke.
That nigga is dead.
God damn.
Duke Nukem Forever is a notoriously shit game, and there's no hiding that, but it's a different breed of bad. It's not funny bad in the same way a Steven Seagal movie is. It's like a bus filled with puppies and kittens crashing into a wall and exploding. It's depressingly bad.
What about the game, Duke? Was it any good?
Yeah, but after 12 fucking years, it should be.
Oh, Duke. It wasn't. I started this game up and it already frustrated me because look at this intro, man. It does a good job hyping up Duke and making this game seem better than what it is. Not even joking when I say this, but the next 10 minutes of this game are the only good parts of it. Hey, completely unrelated, just a quick side tangent. Fuck you, Windows. Thanks for crashing my computer to force an update. Piece of shit. When I finally get control of Duke, I'm pissing in every stall and drawing dicks on a whiteboard. Trust me, it's what the game devs would have wanted you to do. And then heading down a hallway into an elevator gives us the Devastator from the start, as this part is a direct callback to the end of Duke 3D where he was fighting the Cycloid Emperor in a football field. So far, shooting feels a little weird, but it's just the intro. I'm sure the combat and the gunplay is going to get better as the game goes on.
Wrong!
I really wish I can get more in depth to how the guns feel, but for the next 30 minutes you're walking around doing everything but shooting.
Look at my ass. Do it now.
It's cool that you can interact with almost everything and it'll move or do something, but after 14 years of development, was it really worth it when you have to look at this, this, and this? That plate of donuts is so bad, I bet I can make a better one. You know what? Hold on, give me a second. See, told you.
Glaze me, nigga. Polish this, Willie.
The plot to DNF is the same as Duke 3D. Aliens are attacking, they're kidnapping the babes, and because you're due to nuke them, you're not gonna let that stand. But you see, the plot was light in Duke 3D because they wanted you to just hop in and start blasting aliens with some fast and rewarding combat. Here, I'm slowly following a predetermined path as they have to build up to the alien attack that we all know is coming. It's like I'm going through the same motions as a COD campaign. 30 minutes later, I'm finally able to shoot something again. Though it's not like it makes this game any better. Every gun is terrible, except for the sniper and maybe the shotgun. Every gun tickles whatever I'm shooting at, especially the fucking pistol.
Tonight, you dine in hell.
In Duke 3D, the pistol wasn't an ideal weapon, but it still got the job done, and it was a good thing to use whenever you ran out of ammo for your other weapons. Speaking of other weapons, here you can collect and use every item and gun you pick up for later. Literally, it lets you store 10 weapons at a time. So why the fuck did DNF only let you pick up 4? And something else to note, that originally you can only hold 2 weapons at a time. The 4 weapons thing was an update they had to put out. Like, why is this game challenging itself to go backwards in their own game design? The chain gun is ass, the freeze ray is ass, and the RPG, while good at the start, quickly becomes ass as they introduce those stupid squids. More on those later. Another step back they took was getting rid of the health bar in favor of this Halo/Call of Duty type of auto healing. It's not that bad, but you'll quickly realize that it kills all flow and pacing that the combat could have had. I'm supposed to be running and gunning, not hiding behind cover because Duke's baby bitch ego is too low. Just let me heal on the spot with a medkit if I got too hurt. You know, like in Duke 3D? Using COD for this example, right? It works here because every enemy is behind cover and can be put down with a few shots, you included.
Get the hell away from those windows.
Here in DNF, enemies are often tanky, they move frequently, and will rush you behind cover. Not to mention those fuck-ass squids that can fly over you and kill you with ease. Another thing to note is that Duke is a lightweight. He gets 1 sip of beer and look at his vision. It's fucked. The point of the beer is that using it gives you a damage mitigation buff at the cost of your vision. Gearbox, more specifically Randy, I can give you 10 good reasons as to why this is a terrible power-up, but I'm pretty sure you already know. After leaving the Lady Killer, you gotta make it to the Duke Dome because that's where they're storing all the kidnapped women.
Duke, good to fucking see ya. I knew that retirement bullshit was just bullshit. Fuck that retirement shit. I just got back from helping my friend find his wife. Christ, what a fucking pussy. Graves wants me to help you jack these motherfuckers up, just like old fucking times. Can't wait to pound them in the cornhole. Hooah! Shut the fuck up!
Before you get there though, there's this weird ass Half-Life physics puzzle that you have to do, and it never gets brought up or used again. When you make it to the Duke Dome, you see it's been infected by aliens that look like dicks. And remember, this is where they're taking the kidnapped women.
I think you understand the implications here.
Now look, I get it. I love edgy and immature jokes. A well-placed fart sound effect gets a laugh out of me every time. Hell, I'll admit it, I even had an iFunny account at one point in time. But the Alien Queen level is such a fucking eye roll. I can't even show a majority of this, but there's wall boobs, the aforementioned cock aliens, kidnapped women with said cock aliens popping out, and the cherry on top of this shit show is the boss fight with the queen herself. It's like if you asked a teenager to design a level for a AAA company.
That is wonderful. Cover 3 tits. Awesome.
After that, he finds out the aliens are setting up a bigger base at the Hoover Dam, and while getting there, he comes across the Duke Burger, and holy fuck, this level sucks. And this is where you can just feel that they just lost all steam when making this game. You know, if there was any to begin with. The Duke Burger is mostly a platforming level. You see, platforming in Duke 3D wasn't that bad, with it being the build engine and whatnot. You had a clear sense of control and speed when making jumps here. Here it's slow, janky, and an overall slog to get through. Duke's fat ass can't even run for more than 8 seconds without getting tired. After that, you get to drive around in a monster truck in the world's most boring 2 levels as it repeats the same formula of drive for a minute, car stalls, kill the entire town, steal gas, refuel, repeat. Skipping ahead, Duke comes across an alien Battlelord and has to fight with it. The Battlelord and his friends, the Octa King and the Energy Leech, all expose what's wrong with this game at a fundamental level. You see, with the Battlelord, you're fighting him on a mostly empty highway. You're gonna get hit no matter what you do because the only cover you have are these broken down cars. The cars that can be kicked easily by the Battlelord, causing it to damage you and lose your only source of coverage. Something I left out until now was that all bosses can only be damaged by explosives, meaning that you can only use the RPG Pipe Bomb and Devastator. This is a dumb as shit rule because in Duke 3D, every weapon you had could damage bosses. And this really doesn't make sense when you consider that Borderlands 1 and 2 were out by now, so Gearbox knew what a boss fight in an FPS should be. Yeah, hey there, Editor Me here. That was a goddamn lie. Borderlands 2 came out in 2012, meanwhile Duke Nukem was around like 2011. So, ignore that, past recording me is a dumbass.
Okay, you got it? Alright, we're gonna move ahead. Sorry to slow you down.
When you can only hurt them with explosives, you get bullshit fights like the Octa King because he summons an army of squids with him. Now, the small ones, why I hate these things so much, is that they catch all explosives and throw them back at you. So you can end up trying to fire a rocket at the Octo King, but nope, bitch, blocked. So you're forced to use the shitty ballistic guns that tickle the squids and then switch to the Devastator before you calls in more reinforcements. Then the energy leech is an underwater fight where I'm pretty sure it's another callback to Duke 3D where occasionally you have to fight underwater. Swimming and fighting felt decent in the last game because you kept your normal movement speed. You know, you just had to worry about drowning. Meanwhile in DNF, Duke moves slow as shit, not to mention Duke is actively drowning so you have to scramble for air. And then you gotta refill this terrible RPG that can only hold 5 shots. It's fucking tedious and annoying. If I was a Duke Nukem fan when this came out, I would rather just have the game be cancelled than to come out and be an unfun, broken mess. Then the final boss is just pure laziness. It's just the fight at the beginning of the game with the Cycloid Emperor, only this time you have to do it 3 times and ammo is only dropped from enemies on the field. Oh, and they start you off with the shitty pistol during this fight. Yay! Do this and a few minutes later the game is over. As the credits roll, Randy Bitchford's name stuck out like a sore thumb for me. I just can't get over the fact that this is the product sold to people after 14 years. A scam. You promised them Duke Nukem and all I saw was Cheapy the Cheapskate. See, Duke 3D was a step in the right direction for 3D Realms. They knew they hit gold because they understood what made Duke good. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like the humor in that game was any sort of smart. I'm just saying it didn't stoop down to, look, there's boobs on the wall, now laugh. Levels used to be tightly designed with exploration and backtracking in mind, rewarding the player with ammo, gadgets, and weapons for finding those hidden areas. But I guess according to Gearbox and Randy, Duke was always a joke.
I love a good joke. I mean, for fuck's sake, I own the Duke Nukem franchise. I'm not...
And now his legacy is forever ruined by a game that wants to be 3 other things without understanding what made those things good in the first place. Fuck you, Randy Pitchford. The end.